Xiaomi have just released the Black Shark 2 Pro. This thing is an absolute specs beast. I mean, if you want specs in your smartphone, you're gonna get it in this device. This has literally everything you could possibly imagine in a phone, but the price is just unbelievable. I don't know how they put so much stuff in a phone for so cheap. We knew this phone was coming, Xiaomi teased it, and it's taking advantage of the latest Snapdragon 855 Plus. This is a souped up version of the Snapdragon 855. It's basically that chip, just overclocked a little bit. The CPU is overclocked, so you get more power out of it, and the GPU has a 15% boost over the normal 855. That should be better for gaming. It will take more battery out of the phone, so that's a downside. And is really a 15% boost going to help or give that much of a difference? Maybe a tiny bit. It may not be noticeable, but anyway, it is there. And anyway, for the price of this phone, it doesn't really matter. Xiaomi are also using UFS 3.0 in this, which is very good. That will increase speeds too. Again, not something you'll notice probably day-to-day usage, but again, it's there. It's the best that you can get in a phone right now. And like I said, the price, it just doesn't matter. You have the best specs for the price. So Xiaomi showed off the Antutu score. Now, I always take Xiaomi's Antutu scores with a little pinch of salt, but this thing got over 500,000. That is a mental score. It's just crazy. Like, phones are getting what, 400k maybe, 380,000. This thing, 500,000 on Antutu. It's an absolute monster. But like I said, I always take those with a little pinch of salt. I like to do my own tests under some real conditions and usage conditions to see what the actual score will be. So not content with giving us the latest, most powerful processor, UFS 3.0 storage, they're also giving us 12 gigabytes. 12 gigabytes of RAM, absolutely crazy. This is not an option, this is standard. Standard 12 gigabytes of RAM. Do you even need 12 gigabytes of RAM? Probably not, but again, it's there, and I'll wait till the end to tell you the price of this thing. Important to note, because this is a gaming phone, so you're gonna be buying this phone basically to play PUBG, maybe Asphalt, a couple of other games. So yeah, when you play PUBG, you can play on Gauching, which is like high definition mode, and also 60 frames a second, no problem. You can see the design here. It's actually not changed too much from the earlier model. What they have changed with the Pro model is the color options. You get loads of color options with this now. You can see a couple here. Also, what you will notice about the phone are those really big bezels on the top and the bottom there. This is a phone specifically for gaming, and gaming phones do have those big bezels. That's fine. That's something you put up with, and you know about the design, and it's going to be thicker than most phones as well. That's just a gaming phone. So it does have a 4,000 milliamp hour battery, which isn't huge considering the 855 Plus is being used in here. It's a power hungry chip, and it's going to be a power hungry phone all around. So that's not a massive battery. I guess it's going to be fine for daily usage, but we've seen the ROG Phone 2 and a couple of other gaming phones. They do have bigger batteries, so definitely this is a gaming phone with a battery on the smaller side. It does have fast charging though. It's a Xiaomi device, and most Xiaomi devices in this price range get 27 watt fast charging, and that's what this one has. It also carries an under-screen fingerprint sensor. Sometimes gaming phones move them onto the back or the side, but they've stuck with an under-screen sensor here. The screen is 6.4 inches, so it's a lot like the Xiaomi Mi 9, just a souped up version with some gaming branding on there, and bigger bezels definitely. It does have a 240 Hz refresh rate, which is keeping up with the competition. Have a look at this slide where Xiaomi tell us that the response rate on the screen is better than all of these phones, including the OnePlus 7 Pro. The camera system is decent. It's a gaming phone, so you don't expect a lot, but they do give us a 48 megapixel main camera there, and a secondary camera, which is an actual camera, at 12 megapixels, but you're not really gonna be buying this phone as a camera phone, right? So before I get to the price, Vivo are not to be outdone today. During the launch, they actually sent this in China. The Vivo iQOO Pro is coming. This is a 5G phone. it will be using the Snapdragon 855 Plus. And you know the iQOO brand is a gaming phone brand, so expect a lot of the same specs as you see here. So the price, you have the most powerful processor, the most expensive processor for Android, 12 gigabytes of RAM as standard, a good screen with a high refresh rate. It's a Samsung panel, so that's expensive. An underscreen fingerprint sensor, fast charging, and a couple of cameras on the back there as well. Expensive? Well, look at the ROG phone, that is expensive. And some other gaming phones, they're usually on the higher end. This thing, as standard, 3,000 RMB. That's the same price as the Xiaomi Mi 9 when it launched. That's cheaper than virtually every other Snapdragon 855 device, let alone 855 Plus device with all these specs. Xiaomi seem to have done it again, just giving us a ridiculous amount of stuff for a price that is just lower than everyone else. Of course, it will be on the channel. Of course, it will be tested. Subscribe if you want to see that. That's it for now. I'll see you in the next one.